Hello there, beautiful people. This is Ashley sending my love to you from whichever reality I find myself in, to you in whichever reality you find yourself in today. This is going to be a bit of a mishmash, really, of a video because there's quite a bit I want to talk about. The first thing is that this past week, the Mandela Effect seems to have gone a little bit mainstream, by which I'm referring to the CEO of a software company that made a video for his clients to explain why the software had been had seemed to be misfiring or something. And for example, it was because of the avocado HAAS avocado. It's now called HASS as an avocado, and obviously his clients were finding it quite troublesome that different, and stouflas, I think it is, stovetop stuffing. Now, I'm English, so we don't have that here, but that's changed as well. And these are things that this man knows very well. These are products that this man knows very well. Anyway, he made this video where he explained to his customers that whilst trying to find out what was going on with his software, he realised that the software actually changed into the, when they went back to the hard copy, that the software had changed and the spellings of the software had changed. Now, on this note, I want you to go and please see a Theory of Nothing's channel, because he was really, really, really blessed to have been able to reach out to the CEO and actually get an interview with him. So please find a Theory of Nothing. I'm going to see if I can try and link it with this so you can find out for yourself what, I think his name's Chris, had to say on the whole subject. I mean, I'm very interested in the whole scenario because this seemingly is the first time that we've actually had somebody that isn't part of the Mandela Effect community speaking about it. So massive big up to you, Chris, for doing that. It was a very brave thing to do, to be telling, you risked an awful lot telling your clients that sort of thing. And obviously us in the Mandela Affected community, we've been overjoyed. So thank you so much, Chris, for that. Please go and have a look at A Theory of Nothing's channel and have a look at that video of him interviewing Chris. Please do that. That is just an amazing thing. Also, I had some really exciting thing happen to me. I'm in my hometown at the moment visiting my family, and a very good friend of mine that she was my friend for like 25 years. We made arrangements to see each other, and I just thought, right, bite the bullet, just tell her all about what you're going through. So I started explaining my story. And mainly I did this because the night before, she had actually mentioned in the conversation around the table that she was completely shocked to walk round the corner and find that the council buildings had gone missing. The old council buildings that were there for a long, long time had disappeared. And I've talked about this before with you guys. My family have said yes, that happened ages ago. But so I thought, right, as you didn't know anything about that, I'm just going to slip it by you. So I breached it with that conversation about the council houses, about the council building. Actually, today I have tried very hard to find information about when the council building was demolished and what firm had the contract for it. But unfortunately, that isn't the case. Ooh, what was that flying by my face then? That looked a bit weird, didn't it? It looked a bit like smoke or something, but I'm not smoking. I do, but I'm not at the minute. That was a bit weird. Anyway, I can't find any information at all about the old council building. I can't find any images of it apart from on one PDF, which was complaining about the 1960s buildings around that area, and that was a 1960s building itself, and it had a photograph of the old council building, but I can't find another one anywhere on images. There's no pictures, no old pictures of my hometown with the town council building there. There's no information about when it was knocked down. Nothing. Zilch, nada, nout. Absolutely nout. So I've asked my friend to see if she can find anything, because I can't. And I showed her, I said, right, as I was telling her things, she wasn't doing the non-affected rethinking things. I said to her, I broke it with the, the skull. do you remember when we were kids how we could we knew we could poke our finger through the hole in the skull straight through into the brain? And she said yes. And I said, and do you remember how men had skull tattoos with like a snake going through the eye sockets? And she said yes. I said, right, can you please Google the human skull? So she looked at the human skull and she's like, what? I said, we never had those, did we? She said, no. And I'm like, oh my God, you're not forgetting. You're not forgetting. You're remembering what I'm telling you. You're not forgetting. You're not. And then I went on to explain how people that aren't affected, when you question this sort of thing, they kind of get the download of the new information. So, and she wasn't getting this. So I'm getting more and more excited, as you can imagine. And I said, right. I said, do you remember how in my old house I actually drew and painted on my wall and my door pictures of Egyptian gods, and in fact on my door it made it look like it was looking through a window. So when I lay in my bath, it looked like I was looking through a window at the pyramids in Egypt. And I said, well, the pyramids in Egypt look completely different. So she Googled it. She was like, she couldn't believe what she was seeing, exactly like I was. She couldn't believe it. And then I said, well, what about the Sistine Chapel? What about the creation of Adam? She said, all the fingers. And I said, yes. She said, well, I said, describe the painting. And she said, well, there was God in heaven pointing down at Adam, who was reaching up, and God was giving him life with maybe a little bit of electric there. And I said, yes. Yes. I can't believe how excited I was at this point. I said, right, Google it, have a look at the Sistine Chapel, the creation of Adam. And she did, and she went, oh my God, it looks like, because I think it looks like a brain. She said, oh my God, what's he doing? What's God doing in a heart? Is what she said. She could see, it wasn't I said, exactly. That's not God in the blue heaven, is it? She said, no. And the fingers are like this now instead of God giving the life. And so her head was blown. Completely and utterly blown. So we talked a bit more. And the fact that she remembered everything that I said, the fact that she didn't try and, oh no, it's always been that way, with every bit, except for I tried to show her about the change in the geography. Now, when I brought it up on Google, it didn't actually look that much different. It was only slightly to one side, whereas I've seen it over here. It was slightly over here a bit further back again. But I was saying I said, look, Google for the North Pole. Google it. Well, lo and behold, the old North Pole's back for me. I've got a massive, the actual massive North Pole with all the ice is back for me, where I am at the present time. I've got the North Pole back. Massive ice sheet. The one that we used to have, the one that for ages Google was showing us just that little bit on the land. But the whole thing's there. The whole thing. So my reality has flipped back again to a place where we have the North Pole. And I said to her, this is the really weird thing about the Mandela Effect. It flips and changes all the time, so you can't keep track of things. And I explained that. I said to her about the Sex and the City. I said, remember Sex and the City? And she said, yes. I'm like, yes. I said, well, I bought Billy Sex in the City for Christmas, the perfume for Christmas. And she looked at me and I went, yeah, it was Sex in the City at Christmas. I said, and then like a matter of weeks later, we were actually watching it on TV. And I said, oh, look, it says Sex and the City. And my daughter's giving it, yeah. Because my daughter isn't affected and she doesn't see the change at all. Even within a week, a couple of weeks, she doesn't even see it. But my friend, hers was Sex and the City that changed into Sex in the City. And at the moment, it's still Sex in the City for us here. I mean, and that's something that I know there are people out there that say that their Mandela Effect was changing it to Sex and the City from Sex in the City. But for me, I'm an English person, so Sex and the City didn't even sound grammatically correct to me. And that's what it was brought out as, Sex and the City for us. But I have found something really strange during my listening to you guys, you sharing your experiences, you telling me what you remember, you telling me what you're experiencing at this present time has shown me that, one, we are not all experiencing the same reality at the same time, and two, that I have had changes, or in fact it's been my actual reality, that a lot of you guys are only just slipping into, even though my big changes, my big Mandela Effect changes happened at the same time as you, around 2015, 2016. That's when it first started to change. So for me, I'm seeing changes that you're calling changes that I've had for a while, or it's been my life for a while. So this is the thing. It's all, I'm sorry, there's somebody at the door, I'm going to have to end, but this is something that's just building up again. It is worth questioning, it is worth putting out that little thing to our friends and loved ones. If they don't bite, if they don't feel it, if they don't see it, drop the subject. But if they do, you've opened somebody else's eyes and welcomed them into our weird and wonderful Mandela Effect society. Anyway, until next time, lovely people. Till next time, lovely people. I'll see you later.